Hey guys, Jason here with a word to the wise. So, there is such political confusion. It's at the point of being laughable, where it's almost stupid. Like, how could anybody think this is real? This is really happening. Um, the endorsement of the VP right now is just insanity, and the only way I can see why there would be such support after she has been out of the limelight, forced into a corner, probably told to just sit down and be quiet. Election season's coming. Our current chairman is not in the right headspace, and we are going to need somebody, and it's going to be you. You're going to do this. But knowing that it's a lost cause, why would they keep pushing it then? Why would they sit there and wholeheartedly, seemingly backing her up? Unless, and I'm going to be very careful here, unless she was not going to be a part of the ballot when the time comes. I would not be surprised if she was just not even there to be a part of it. Like, they completely fill in. Everybody's saying the same thing. It's like here you're trying to pull out some candidate from a senator from some state nobody's ever heard of. Like, how are you going to go against Trump with something like that? Unless you're just hoping for, it's the other alternative to, the coin here. No, I think they're waiting on M. Obama. And we'll see. I'll leave it at that. I'm still waiting to see somebody get a great picture of Trump. I want to really look at that here. Unless he says, I had a great plastic surgeon and it's none of your business, or something like that. Like, I really hope everybody is taking a real good close look at that. Because from what I'm not fully hearing but seeing, I don't see a lot. And I thought I had a good screenshot from that day, and I tried to zoom in on it because it was just, it's not a great close-up or anything. And I'm like, well, it looks like there's a piece missing, but maybe, I don't know. I just want to see. It's just interesting that nobody's really talking about it or backing it, or, what the severities were. Is his hearing in check? Is he fine? Yada, yada, yada. With election season coming, it seems to really be pulling on a lot of people and different directions. It's interesting to see how the bear is moving things into Cuba, right down south. Seeing how that timepiece land is kind of ramping up a little bit here and there from time to time. I think they were something just with Lebanon. Is it ramping up? Could be spreading. Don't really see it, but we're kind of just, always keeping an eye out. So here I have Proverbs 4, and a quote that I've constantly kind of thrown out over the years, especially around these election times, is Proverbs 4. And it's the very last bit of it. The two verses, 26 and 27. Ponder the path of your feet, then all your ways will be sure. Do not swerve to the right or to the left. Turn your foot away from evil. So Is that talking about America's political situations? Notice how it's all, the rights and the lefts and the extreme left and the extreme right. And then there's the liberal rights and the liberal lefts and Democrat, Republican, yada, yada, yada. I doubt the Bible is talking about the political situations of the world. But I just want to read, and I'm so used to the King James, and here I have the English Standard, hoping that it would be easier, and it's just kind of, bear with me. So verse 14 in Proverbs 4 and on. Do not enter the path of the wicked. Do not walk in the way of the evil. Avoid it. Do not go on it. Turn away from it and pass on. For they cannot sleep unless they have done wrong. They are robbed of sleep unless they have made someone stumble. For they eat the bread of the wickedness and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the righteous is like the dawn, which shines brighter and brighter until full day. The way of the wicked is like deep darkness. They do not know over what they stumble. My son, be attentive to my words. Incline your ears to my sayings. Let them not escape from your sight. Keep them within your heart, for they are life to those who find them, and healing to all their flesh. Keep your heart with all vigilance, and from it flows the springs of life. Put away from your crooked speech and put devious talk far from you. Let your eyes look directly forward and your gaze be straight before you. Ponder the path of your feet, and all your ways will be sure. Do not swerve to the right or to the left. Turn your foot away from evil. Probably one of the better readings I've ever done. In this world, if you are not with Christ, you can see how you can be swerved to the right or to the left, and how they all have their agendas, things they back, their own opinions, what they're standing for. Just as an example, hearing Harris talk the other day about her political stance, one thing next was this: we are all about reproductive rights being, for all. We need to protect the children and education, or something to that. But it's like, here you are talking about allowing babies to be aborted, and how far, they always seem to go and up and down about that. And then you're talking about saving the children. And in the last breath, you were saying how much you would literally throw them into a trash can. It just blows my mind the way that the world works. And it's all just a stage. It's so crazy. So I'll leave it at that. I don't vote. I've never voted. I got tricked into voting by a cop that pulled me over, and he said, I see that, you're gonna get a ticket for not having a seatbelt, but I see you're not a registered voter. If you'd register to vote, I'll waive it. And I said, okay, fine. So somehow he did something that put me on some sort of registration, and then I've been getting jury duty. I've probably done it 8 to 10 times. I've lost count. But I'll never vote. There's no reason for it. But that last clip, I don't know if you guys have seen it, where Trump says in that thing, vote, Christians, get out and vote. And see, that other Christians must have the same kind of idea, that I do. It's just, you're not going to gain anything. And I'm not putting my faith into a man to lead and do whatever I want, or the way I think, or to follow Christianity or the Bible or Jesus' teachings at all. It's never going to happen until Jesus comes. So But what did he say? He said, get out and vote, and then you'll never have to do it again, and it's all going to be fixed. Just the words that he used in that whole thing. It's like, you could say, well, he's just meaning this, but it's just like, well, gee, the conspiracy side could say that it means this, and it could mean both. So, just a word of the wise. God bless.